Huh?
You're good.
Does that work?
Yep.
All right, that works. Hello, everybody. We don't have anybody logged in yet. This is normal. It takes like 30 seconds. Then it'll just go from like 0 to like 15.
They'll just all pop up at the same time.
Yeah, something like that. But we are in the hotel room. We are, we've got our meetup game today at 2 o'clock. So no one's on yet. Or they could be, and then it just pops up. What are you doing?
Trying to do what you just did.
Oh, you're trying to go live as well?
Oh, I didn't do the thumbnail thing.
Oh, that's okay. It'll just be your standard thumbnail.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
All right. Live.
Oh, sweet. There we go. Now we're both live at the same time.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Angel's, he messaged me probably about a month ago. Yeah, he's going to be coming out, which is cool.
Sweet.
All right, let me get this way.
Yeah, there we go. We're live on both Donkfish's page and my page. So that way it's like being double live. So, but yeah, we've got our meetup game today at 2 o'clock. I've been in town since Sunday. Wayne, you've been in town since Saturday?
Last Thursday, actually. So
Last
Thursday. A little bit over a week.
All right. How many tournaments have you played?
I have played, let's see, I think like five or six, and I've just got one min cash to show,
All right.
which was that brutal hand against Mr. Alan Kessler, aka Chainsaw.
Yeah.
That was a pretty gross one, but yeah, it's all good. So one min cash, so not the best start, but it's early, and we haven't played a WSOP event, so the bulk of the schedule is coming up in the next couple weeks. So
How many bullets do you have in those 5 or 6 tournaments?
So 5 tournaments, I think I have 2 bullets in 2 of them. So 7 bullets, so 1 for 7, which that's right align with what you say, right?
Yeah, 1 out of 7. And I am 0 for 7 right now. I thought I was going to have my first cash last night at the Golden Nugget. I ended up losing a huge pot, and it's one of those things where I'm going back in my mind, and I'm not, I honestly don't think I can fold it, but part of me says if you feel like you're a better player throughout each street than your opponent, then you should, play small ball.
Yeah.
Play a little bit more small ball.
Yeah.
So the hand that I had is I have ace 3, 5, 8 jack with hearts. I open under the gun. Guy who has about 20K behind re-raises to like 5K or 6K. The other guy who is the chip leader at the table, who has 100K in front of him, or 110K in front of him, ends up calling, and it gets back to me, and I have like 86K to start the hand. So I think one of my mistakes is I should really isolate. Once the one guy gets in for $6,000, and I see the other guy's got 18 left, let's just pot it to see. But the other big stack was definitely playing back at me. So even if I pot it and he calls and goes all in, I don't think the other guy folds. Mm-hmm. But flop comes queen 6 7 with 2 hearts. Again, I have ace 3 5 8 jack, and I actually checked. I was out of position. I'm like, this guy's gonna probably go all in, and he should just call, because then it's a dead pot. It's a dead side pot. So this guy does go all in. So my it's going according to plan, and then this guy pots behind him for like 50K, and then I just said, well, let's just run with it, and I end up losing. Okay, but when I'm thinking about this, if I feel like I know where I'm at every street in Big O, why should I give my opponent an opportunity like that? Like, why not pick a better spot and just fold and be like, look, I knew in a way I was flipping with the guy, right? Why give him an opportunity to flip?
Yeah.
Like, when you're at a point in a tournament when you have, because I had about 90 bigs at that point, it was 500, 1,000 were the blind levels. When you have 90 bigs, you've taken the expertise or the early stages of being able to really run your stack up against people that like legitimately had no idea what they were doing. Not everybody, I mean, some of them did, but there's clearly some people that a $400 tournament during the series, you're going to get some people who've never played Big O. Mm-hmm. And we had some of those at the table. So when you take advantage of that and you build your stack up and you have 90 bigs, why give an opponent a 50-50 chance to felt you? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, because I mean, obviously, after that hand, I went and rebought, but after that hand, that guy's sitting there with 200 bigs. If it goes my way, I'm sitting there with 200 bigs when the average stack is like 35 bigs, and I'm just going to be able to bully the shit out of people. And I think that one hand, I'd be able to definitely push my way to like final table. I think just based on that one hand, because I think when I busted after my second bullet, there was still like 56 people left, and he had like 320, and he was the chip leader. So it was like, yeah, he should be. But then I went and did something and came back, and he had like 40 or 50,000 left. Somebody was like, if you look at his stack, you're going to be tilted. I'm like, no, I'm not, because I've fucked off big leads before. Yeah. Well, let me know what you guys think. What do you think, Wayne? Do you think like if you run up to 90 bigs, like in a way, is it like, well, the hand just plays itself because he rips it in there, you just go with it? Or do you say, well, fold? And would it make a difference, because registration was still open, so would it make a difference if registration was not open?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I don't know if you mentioned that you had nut hearts too. So we had ace jack 8-5-3 on a queen 7-6 board with 2 hearts. Now, as I was saying before we got on live, if you don't have nut hearts, then it's a pretty easy fold, I think. But yeah, with nut hearts, I mean, I hear what you're saying. Like, and that's I even remember hearing that back in like the Hold'em days when people would say, like, if you feel like you're better than your opponent, you should avoid flipping. You should avoid flipping with them, where, especially if you feel like you have a read on the table and you can kind of just like death by 1,000 cuts, slowly grind someone down, then like why just kind of put everything in the middle and just like basically flip a coin essentially. But I think your hand's too good to fold, even though your low is probably no good. Someone's got at least one ace deuce out there, but with nut hearts, I do think you're more likely to go with it if registration's still open. Yeah, I don't think you can fold it, but
yeah, I don't think I can fold it either. And here's the other thing. I asked Jonathan DeMig, who's got $2 million in winnings from bracelet winnings. We play with him all the time. Like, he's usually here at our meetup games. And I asked him last night if he was going to join us, and he says, I'll probably join you guys later, depending on how he does in some tournaments. But I asked him, I said, Jonathan, can I ever fold that? And he's like, no. And then he goes, well, maybe in a 10K. And then he goes, but I don't think so. And like, that's an excellent question. Like, do you play it any differently because it's a 10K? But I think the action just presents itself, and I think you just have to run with it, particularly because registration's open. I think if registration's closed, or if we're in a situation where I think it paid like 21 spots, like if there's 25 people left, with some ICM implications, I think you had 90 bigs and the other person had 90 bigs, I think that's a situation where you can say, okay, you're pushing me out of the pot. But I think when registration's still open, you just have to run with it. I
agree.
So, yeah, I'm 0 for 7 in tournaments. I played one cash session at the Paris. Ended up making $3,700. So far I'm doing good on cash sessions, knock on wood, considering I have a cash session coming right up. But yeah, we have like 28 people on the list. Pretty fucking excited about that. But we both know in Vegas, people put their names on the list and then they go play a tournament. If they're still in the tournament, they're not on the list. Yeah. So probably what we're going to do at 2 o'clock is just call the whole list.
Yeah, just see who's here.
To see who's here, to see if there's 1 or 2 tables, or if there's 3 tables. If there's 3 tables, great. If there's 2 tables and, a short game, we'll have a main game and 2 feeders, and then maybe we'll have 2 main games. Last time we were here, we had 2 games going, and it went really well. Yeah. As far as the flow of the game went. What are you looking forward to the most, Wayne? I mean, we have a lot of people on the list for the meetup game here. Obviously, with the series being in town, there's a shitload more people in here specifically to play poker. But what are you looking forward to the most today?
Just showing more people the PLO mix. I mean, so last year, Tommy had mentioned to us that they were trying to get the poker room finished for last year's series, but they had a tenant in there and they had some kind of issues getting out of there quickly. So the room didn't open up until August. which obviously was a pretty bad, pretty bad timing, as that's pretty much the month everyone takes off. But no, I'm excited just to show more people the Venetian room, because there's a lot of people that haven't seen it yet, even though it's been open for almost a year. And just to show more people the PLO mix. Like, we had a lot of people just reach out to us, asking us about the meetup game, and 28 people on the list, even if half of them don't show or whatever it may be. I mean, we should still get a couple tables going, as we did last time. And I think the change we made the last time was great. If you watched the stream, you also saw it. So instead of the small blind jackpot just starting out at one ante, $10 in our particular case, everyone posts the $10 ante to start, and every time it hits. So that way, if you're playing a full table, we play 8-handed, then the small blind jackpot is never going to be less than $80, which makes it pretty much worth fighting for every single time. One thing we ran into before is even on that first stream, when it's only one ante at a time, it took us a while to kind of build it up. And if it's only like one to four antes, no one really cares about it. But when it's starting out at $80 or 8 antes, I mean, people are going to really make an effort for it.
And if you're at home and you're like, small blind jackpot mushroom game, what is it? What you do is whatever your blinds are. So say, for example, even if you're playing 1-3 no limit hold'em, or if you're playing 2-5 PLO, you take whatever the big blind is and you multiply it by 2, and that should be the ante. So if it's like 1-3 hold'em, if you make everybody ante $5 to start off with, starts off at that amount. And so the only person who's eligible to win that, of course, is the small blind. And they have to win it by scooping the whole pot. Whether it's Big O, they have to win both the high and the low, or if there's only a high, obviously they have to win that versus chop it. And they can do it if everybody folds. So same thing in double board bomb pots. And so yeah, that's essentially how it's played. It forces the person in the worst position to have the proper odds of calling just about any open pot size bet. Because of course with the 5-5, you can open for 20, and of course we have a lot of straddles, so usually the game later on in the evening becomes a lot bigger, or deeper, I should say. But yeah, 5-5, when you can open for 20 and you have $80 worth of odds, there's nothing that you can justify folding for $15 unless you have quads in your hand. Like, even if you have like deuce, 3-5, Badoogie, I think you're gonna have enough equity to call.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a lot of fun,
Yeah, because there's a lot of factors to it. It doesn't just affect the small blind. I mean, obviously, if you're, say, in the big blind, or maybe you're under the gun, you might be willing to call a little bit lighter, thinking, okay, Josh is in the small blind, like, he's obviously trying to win the small blind jackpot. You might play defense, as we call it. You might try to just make sure he doesn't win the hand, because obviously within a hand or two, you're going to be eligible to win it, especially if it's over $100. I mean, we've had up to $400 before.
Oh yeah, especially like when it's that 300 plus $400 and it's like 5-5 blinds. I mean, you start questioning, is this person bluffing? Are they? And then if you're the big blind next, are you going to be defending because you're going to be next up to get it? So it adds a little element to the game. Which I think is fun, because it's just extra dead money. And then especially if you get a little shorter stack too, you're down to like $400 and there's an extra $250 on the small blind jackpot. You might just be like, screw it, let's just chance it. I've got $250 worth of free equity here. So I did post this on X, some of the rules, and I was kind of excited because we had a couple people reach out, ask specifics about it. Like, we did have a Jungle Man who asked about it, and he was like, oh, we might try that in one of our games coming up. So I think that'll be great if they start adapting it, because it just makes games more fun, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I always like a little side action, side bets. But yeah, he's saying he didn't realize that Johnny Depp played poker.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. That was pretty amazing. So that's okay. I get people have said Elton John, Willy Wonka. I really don't know. It's just my look. So I don't know what to tell you. Like the top hat makes it pretty easy to spot out. I get a ton of compliments with it, especially when I've got my tie-dye hoodie on. But I mean, I think this shirt is colorful enough. I mean,
Yeah.
I do like to stand out of the crowd just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I get a lot of compliments from this hat. I think I'm gonna make Wayne one. If I made you one, would you wear it with me?
Yeah,
That
I
would
mean,
be great.
that color hat actually goes a lot better with my
I'm,
outfit.
I'm kind of curious. I know your head's slightly bigger, but
Yeah.
I'm just kind of curious if you. Oh my God, it looks better on him. I'm kind of jealous.
I'm gonna have to get the bigger size because I got a big head.
Yeah. So all right.
Yeah, but I would wear it. I mean, especially when we make a final table, that's gonna be our final table outfit.
Oh,
and,
absolutely.
I think it would go great with my blue. My blue suit.
I really do. So I'm gonna make Wayne a top hat, and I'll do a little self-promoting. Jolene was like, "You should sell these," and then I've been talking to people in Vegas, and of course, Vegas has a little bit of a different eclectic atmosphere. But people are like, "Oh, you should get between $300 and $500 for your hat."
Wow.
And I mean, it's custom. You know?
Yeah.
But I was thinking like 420. We'll see how many of the 420s we could sell. I don't know.
Yeah, people would buy it just because it's 420.
I mean, I don't know. I just, we'll see. And then we'll have them pick, like, what kind of tie-dye colors they want, if they want darker colors or if they want lighter colors. I don't know.
Yeah, because, I mean, when we were looking for top hats, I mean, you wouldn't believe how difficult it is. I mean, I said, like our first stream, we had just kind of these, like, Halloween hats, which they looked a little cheap compared to the rest of our suit. So I mean, I was searching for days trying to find. I literally just typed in light blue top hat on Google, and like I couldn't get the exact color. Like I mean, you had obviously like your basic colors like white, black,
gold.
There would be
Gold
like
was one,
I would find like royal blue, but like I couldn't get the exact light blue. So then my wife was like, "Why don't you just spray paint it?" And I was like, that's a good idea." Because I ordered this one. It was called sky blue. But then I texted you a picture of it. It was actually more gray.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know how they call it sky blue.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, screw it. So I just went to the store and got some spray paint. And it came at, I think it was slightly darker than my suit color.
It came out real good, though.
But it was definitely a lot better than the first hat.
I'm gonna make you one like this.
Yeah. No, I like it.
Yeah, it'll be our custom look.
Yeah.
It'll be cool.
So I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So we've mostly been playing tournaments. Cash today.
I'm stuck about 1,600 for the trip. So I had 2 bullets minus 400 yesterday. Plus I lost like $160. I showed up at the Golden Nugget at 11, thinking the tournament started at 11. Don't do drugs, kids. And the tournament didn't start till 1 o'clock. And so I played 2 hours of no limit hold'em and lost 160. But at one point I was down like $450, and then I'm even though it's 2-card poker, I'm not gonna. Usually I don't book losses on those, especially on the low stakes. But I did. I managed to lose $160. So yeah, we're basically down 1,600 for the trip so far. Going into today, where are you at for the trip so
I'm
far?
stuck about 2,500. I mean, I just had the one min cash, which was pretty unfortunate. Even if I chopped out one pot against Alan Kessler, I mean, I'm in pretty good shape to make a deeper run, but it did not work out. But yeah, so we have the meetup game today, and then tomorrow there's actually a Big O tournament, $800 buy-in.
Ooh, that's at the Venetian too, and that's a bounty tournament.
$200 per bounty. I believe it has a $100,000 guarantee, so that's gonna have that, and that's the reason that we had the meetup game today and not tomorrow, is because obviously a lot of people are gonna want to play that. We don't want to kind of compete with it, so definitely gonna play that. Sunday we check into our Airbnb where we're gonna be for the entire month of June. And then I believe Monday is our first WSOP event.
Little side note, my highest percentage of cashes per tournament is actually at the Venetian, prior to them opening up the new room.
Okay.
So
yeah,
we're gonna have to instill that, because so far in the new room, the big fat donut.
Ofer, yeah.
I have not cashed in the new room, but this bounty Big O. I have a funny feeling this is going to be my first cash at the new room at the Venetian, and it hasn't that I haven't tried enough. I mean, I fired 2 bullets in the 600. I had the pleasure of playing that one twice.
It's always fun.
Oh, it was super fun. Yeah, I had twice as much fun as everybody else.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just got to do that with the poker gods,
Yeah.
Did anybody else have any questions? I think that's about it.
Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. 28 on the list, as we mentioned. We don't know, we'll probably have 2 tables, but game will go, I mean, we'll be there till 10, maybe a little bit later. So even if you can't make 2 o'clock start time, definitely show up. We'll probably have a main game and a feeder game. So even if you're playing a tournament or doing something and can't make two, stop by later and we'll see if we can get you in there.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Play smart. And then hopefully run like a god. There we go. I don't know why you whispered it. I was whispering it to you so you could say it loud.
I know. See you guys.
See